Paul Pierce, a.k.a. The Truth, churned out an impressive NBA career. He made the All-Star team 10 times, has his jersey number retired by the almighty Boston Celtics. A Hall of Famer, a trash talker, a winner. After his playing days, he worked for ESPN alongside Jalen Rose and Michelle Beadle covering pro hoops. However, this Instagram live video taken in April of 2021 changed everything. It would remain the stuff of legend while simultaneously leading to his downfall at the worldwide leader. He'd play cards with friends, host strippers doing their thing at a Los Angeles area mansion, and admit to smoking the ganj. Throughout the video, he would get a back rub from one stripper. Others would watch his friends gamble. ESPN would take it in and decide to cut ties thereafter. Pierce, to his credit, did not appear to give a damn. He'd then tweet, "Good morning," with hilarious reactions underneath. He would spend nearly 4 years with the network, making appearances on various shows. However, if there's one thing we have learned about Pierce and the Celtics from their championship run, they just don't let stuff go easily. Thus, in an interview with I Am Athlete, he said, "I got fired for what? I got fired for having some entertainment. I'm playing cards. It's my boy's birthday. There's girls dancing. And we're blowing some trees. What did I do wrong?" He would explain a rep at the network got in contact with him. He recalled the following. She's like, "Yeah, we're doing an investigation. Could you tell us what happened?" And I'm like, "You didn't see it?" I was just hanging out, playing cards. It wasn't my house. It was self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? There were some girls dancing, and I had some marijuana. It's legal. I didn't do nothing illegal. But, at the end of the day, it's Disney, and they have a morals clause. And they just said it was immoral. He'd go on to say, "I don't ever go live either. I was just feeling my haircut or something, and then it was popping behind me," he'd say. Joe Luca of Awful Announcing would write, "I don't want to both sides the Pierce video, but I do get it from both sides. The video didn't feature Pierce doing anything illegal, but it was probably a bridge too far for the Disney-owned ESPN, especially considering he posted it himself." So in 2021, Sports Illustrated did a profile on him, and the writer was Chris Mannix, a fixture in the NBA and boxing scene. And he wrote, "The worldwide leader did not demand an apology because the relationship had soured over the years. Paul Pierce did not like having to go to ESPN's office, while the network claimed he was not working hard. Industry sources told Sports Illustrated the video was the final straw. Pierce would claim he was just done with ESPN. Quote, "It wasn't a great fit. There's a lot of stuff over there you can't say. And you have to talk about LeBron all the time." Sir, welcome to sports media. Welcome to First Take having to talk about the Cowboys, and Undisputed having to talk about the Cowboys, and having to talk about the Lakers. Not necessarily a bad thing. They just see the business model. Now, with The Truth coming up for the Hall of Fame, his agent would say to him, "Hey, man, maybe you should apologize for what you did." Pierce gave this retort, and it's been consistent. "Come on, I didn't do anything illegal." These MFers in the Hall of Fame, some did coke, effing battery. What the F did I do? I was just having a good time. All the people coming after me, half you MFers do the same blank. You're just hiding it. And you all are married while you're doing it. Ooh. I'm divorced. I'm retired. I'm having fun. And if Hall voters had held it against him, listen, Pierce would say, if I didn't make it with this class, it would be the biggest stiff job in Hall of Fame history. I give Paul Pierce credit because he's right. A lot of other people do not broadcast it. And I know he's like, I'm having fun. It's harmless. Like, yeah, for the most part it is. But you're also dealing with a mega corporation who cares so much about public image. So much about public image. I question, though, just to give a bar here. So, like, Paul Pierce can't do this. as a former player, as a Hall of Famer, as a champion, as an all-star. What if Stephen A. Smith was caught on this? What if he was there with Pierce or just doing his own thing in a mansion in New York or LA or what have you? What would ESPN's response be? I have to assume there would be a suspension. They would not let him go. I'm very confident in saying that. Now, on another note, Paul Pierce, I give him credit on this front as well. He knows how to play the media game. He has the podcast with Kevin Garnett. He's appearing on other shows as well. I welcome him on this show, by the way. I would love to have a conversation with him. But I give him credit because if he were to be like, hey, I'm going to do a basketball podcast and we're going to talk about the Indiana Pacers and their season. No, he is playing into the headline. Because sort of like, let's say, for example, Michelle Beadle leaving ESPN. A lot of people are always interested in that stuff. What goes on behind the scenes of, if we're being really honest about it, very shush-like, closed door, not a lot of access to these places, so anything we get is viewed as a win, okay? Paul Pierce is telling you, after he says he doesn't care about ESPN, he continually talks about ESPN because it helps him. It's sort of like him going and talking about the wheelchair game when really he just had to go take a poop. And I also find it odd that he said in this SI interview, years back, of course, all you do is talk about LeBron. To be fair, that Celtics team, all they talk about is LeBron. And then the finals. That's all they talk about. I'm being objective here. And I like it. I appreciate it. I love it. I love when veterans talk smack about each other. Or talk smack about the current state of the NBA or the younger players in the NBA. Why? Because then we delve deeper and go into the numbers and reach our own conclusions, respectively. So here's what I would say. This man knows exactly what he's doing. And to that extent, he will continue to do this. Because if he doesn't, then we wouldn't really be talking about him, would we?